Hi, it's Fortune.
Hi, Fortune. How you doing? Thank you very much for taking the time this morning.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my name's Mike Shue. I work at WWFX here in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I'll just get right into it since we got limited time. We actually spoke.
Right.
I think it was maybe 2 years ago. It was before the first season of FUBAR, I think.
Right.
Came out. We talked a lot about. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have season 2 out and no more FUBAR.
Yeah. Season 2 came out in June, and what did you say? Did you say no more FUBAR?
Yeah, it's been canceled, so that was the end of that.
But
I know. How dare they?
You got that guy. What's his name? Holding you back there, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, the guy doesn't know. He's doesn't have a lot of experience with film and television, so.
Oh yeah, he's so unknown as well.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that. That's a fun show. That's a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and people seem to really enjoy season 2. I think we leaned even more into the comedy. So I was really pleased with it. But yeah, I think it was just an expensive show to make, and that's kind of the state of the business right now.
Yeah, it did have that blockbuster movie production to it. The action was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
We talked about this last time. Did you ever have dreams as a child of walking away slowly from an explosion or running with a gun from a helicopter? Anything like that?
I think I watched that stuff and thought, like, how cool does that look? I never in a million years thought anyone would let me get, the chance to do that. So I was shocked when I got this role, but it was such a fun departure from my ridiculous, silly comedy. I think I loved the stunts, more than anything, just because it was so different than anything I get to do on my regular job.
I've read actually on a couple of different articles that Arnold really kind of takes over on the set, not the production part, but he becomes like a team leader. He tries to motivate people. He's positive. Did you experience that on the set?
Yeah, he's so famous. He's been doing this for longer than most people on any set. So he comes with a lot of experience and a lot of wisdom. But yeah, I think he, in his older age, has really leaned into the motivational and philanthropic part of his career. He's very much into like positive thinking and doing good and helping others. And so he was always, giving us some word of wisdom or, giving some cool speeches to the crew. Everyone really valued his insight and was happy to hear anything he was willing to share with us.
Well, maybe he can speak to the folks at like Amazon or Hulu or something and get a season 3 going somewhere else.
Who knows? Who knows? He's so busy that he's doing more than most people. He's like my parents' age, and I'm like, you guys aren't doing this. Like, come on. So he'll be just fine. It's a bummer just because it was such a special experience to shoot a show like that with him in Toronto. We got to have a lot of cool memories and ride bikes around Toronto together and go to dinners and. Just getting to know him in a way that I wouldn't have gotten to otherwise was really special.
That's great. And for folks who don't know, Carrie-Anne Moss makes an appearance in this season also, and it must have been fun working with her too. She's another action movie person. Oh
yeah, that was a trip between the Terminator and Trinity. From it was like. Oh my God, the Trinity from the Matrix. It was like, this is my childhood dreams come true. Like, yeah, she's lovely, and yeah, I was just, how did I get into this action world? But so fun. But luckily for me, I'm always keeping busy too. I'm always on the road, and I got a lot of things in development right now, and so hopefully. As bummed as I am that that's not coming back, hopefully it will be filled with another cool project.
Well, yeah, you are super busy. I mean, you've got the Taking Care of Biscuits tour going on, and well, some good news there. I think the last time you were in Boston, I think you played the Wilbur, but
I did,
but
yeah.
now it's a bigger room, so that's going in the right
Yep.
direction, right? That's pretty awesome. And
Yeah. I've never done the Wing before, and I've always wanted to, so this is a treat.
yeah, it's a beautiful place. Yeah, it's really nice. I have an issue with the name of the tour, though, Taking Care of Biscuits. I'm a huge fan of the song by Bachman Turner Overdrive, Taking Care of Business, and now I hear it. All I hear is Taking Care of Biscuits, and it triggers me, and I have to go out and buy Bisquick and then make some very terrible biscuits to try to satisfy.
I mean, that the hope was that it would make you think about something. The hope was that it would make you buy tickets to my comedy tour. But if it makes you buy biscuits as well, that's also a delicious treat. So don't make them. Just go buy them.
Well,
there's some biscuits around there somewhere.
Yeah, Worcester, Massachusetts, not known for their biscuits. Plenty of pizza and noodles. But,
lobster rolls.
Yeah, lobster roll. Exactly, right? I got to go a little further south to get a decent biscuit. Yeah.
I do play that song though at the end of my show.
Oh.
Just as a little nod.
Well, you are super busy because you got this tour, and like you said, you're working on some stuff. You recently hosted Jimmy Kimmel.
I got to do 3 nights of that.
That must have been a trip too. I know you've worked on talk shows before, but have you ever hosted a talk show?
No, well, actually, I take that back. When I was on Chelsea lately, she let me guest host twice, but that didn't feel it didn't feel quite the same just because I was on the writing staff, so it just felt like I was kind of like just filling in for the day. This felt like more of an event just because I had done Jimmy's show like 3 times, but I didn't really know everybody, and it was such a cool opportunity. They let me be a part of like picking guests and prepping and filming things ahead of time, and it just it's cool that he lets comics have that opportunity because in these times it seems like late night television is kind of on the way out, if the Colbert Show is any indication of that. So I don't know how much longer we'll have these kind of shows, so to get to even just experience it for a couple of nights as a comedian meant a lot.
And what was the one thing that really kind of surprised you or shocked you about hosting Kimmel's show? Like something you didn't think you would have to do or prepare for, or maybe something that they offered to you while you're doing the show?
I will say his staff is pretty incredible. I've never seen such a well-oiled machine. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time with them. A lot of the staff has been there, like 20 years. So I understand why it's a well-oiled machine. But I was so nervous to do it. But they just make it they make it so easy in certain ways where you don't have to even think. But then when you actually tape, there is a rhythm to it. There's 3 different teleprompters and kind of like learning how to move among those, and it looked natural. And then when you're interviewing guests, you have to like look at the clock and make sure it's a certain amount of time, and then talk to them, ask questions, listen. There's a little bit more juggling than people might realize. So it's definitely a skill that I imagine would get better over time. But even from my first night to my last night, I felt such a difference. So if I ever get to do it again, I would jump at the chance because I loved it.
And you were able to book your mom on the show, which I'm sure was a thrill, not just for you, but for her, I'm sure it was a huge thrill.
Yeah, it was a last-minute thing. Oftentimes with these late-night shows, guests have to cancel for whatever reason, and someone had canceled, and someone threw it out, like, what about your mom? And she was, couldn't wait. She was thrilled to get that opportunity, and it really resonated with people because, you don't normally see a mom on late-night TV, and she's just very real and talking about, she's going through cancer right now, and she opened up about that and opened up about being an ally in the gay community. So she just really touched on some heartfelt things that I'm still getting messages about from people. It was cool to have that experience with her.
Yeah, that's awesome. And do you know who canceled where you had to bring a...
I don't know who canceled. Yeah, it was somebody that had a movie, but I cannot remember who it was.
You should have just told her, we bumped Sofia Vergara for you.
Right?
Awesome. But you're hosting a lot of stuff. I was like reading up, you hosted the gala at the Montreal Comedy Festival. You were a host for the Gracie Awards. I mean, you're hosting tons of stuff. Is that something that you're feeling like you're really comfortable with? That just getting kind of like I guess kind of like not necessarily a stand-up kind of thing, but you got to work in the stand-up with your hosting thing. Does that make it easier?
Well, I think people just think of stand-ups who host things just because they know we're used to being in front of a crowd and used to thinking on our feet. So we make the sort of the obvious choice when it comes to those types of gigs. So yeah, I think the more known I've been getting and the more I've been doing in that hosting world, the more I am getting these opportunities. I like doing them just because, I want to host some of these bigger things. And I think by doing different events, it makes you better at it. The only way you can get better at it is to do it. So, I've been enjoying doing that. It's just sort of making everyone feel welcomed and telling some jokes and moving the show along. And, I really like it.
So you're coming back to Boston. You're coming to this time, like as we said earlier, the Wang Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Boston is a comedy mecca. When you first came here, do you remember the place you did your first gig in Boston?
I want to say it was it Stand Up? What is the club there? Was it Stand Up Live? I can't remember the name. What the comedy club that's there? For whatever reason, the name is escaping me. That was my first time in Boston. I think I did it a couple of times. And then one of my very first ever theater gigs was at the Wilbur. So it was where I made that leap into a proper theater. So Boston's always had a special place in my heart because as a comic, that's such a milestone to go from clubs to theaters. And it was a great theater to dip my toe in that world. And I've been lucky to be doing theaters there ever since. And so now to be, have moved up to the Wang, it's you hope with every tour and with every special that you grow as a comic and you grow your audience and you kind of see that growth through the size of these theaters. So I just appreciate that the folks in Boston have been, a lot of people have been following me since the comedy club from the Wilbur to the Wang. And I think we'll sell this one out. So I'm excited.
That's the thing about Boston. They either love you or they're showering you in bottles and chairs,
Well, I appreciate the love. I don't want the chairs, and I know Boston's got that tough side too, but luckily they're showing me the sweet side.
Well, if you're going to throw anything at Fortune's show, make sure they're fluffy biscuits. For the Taking Care of Biscuits tour. Again, that's going to be at the Wang Theater, Boston, October 11th. Get your tickets in advance before it sells out. And Fortune, thank you so much for taking the time.
My pleasure. Thanks for talking with me. I'm excited to get back up to Boston. It's one of my favorite places.